Mac Allister to Liverpool medical scheduled this week. Here we go has been announced by Fabrizio Romano, meaning that Mac Allister to Liverpool is a done deal. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? Surprisingly, this deal has gotten done on a little fee of money that most of you won't even believe. And when I reveal it to you, you guys are going to really say that Liverpool are really good at bargaining and obviously get these deals out of the way. And Liverpool have never been ransomed for any player. Every time they put their penny, it's really worth it. Now, Rokani David is my name. Smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. We are talking Lionel Messi. His other entourage had been in Saudi Arabia trying to agree a deal. They had come to a compromise, and guess what Messi has told them? I'm not going to really agree with what you're gonna hate to say. Let's pause it a little bit. I'm giving Barcelona a second chance. I want to defend the Barca shirt again before I really go to Saudi Arabia. Looking like Messi is gonna hate to issue an apology to the Saudis. And lastly, Postecoglou looks like he's going to be the next coach of Tottenham Hotspur. Fabrizio Romano into the mix. He's going to head to confirm this to us here onto the Rokani Media Football. Now, let's get into the Mac Allister story and obviously see how much he has gone to Liverpool. Now, Fabrizio Romano told us Mac Allister to Liverpool. Here we go, full agreement completed on the contract. Understand it will be valid until 2028. Those are 5 years. It's a 5-year deal. Liverpool will pay the buyout clause in the next days, way less than reported 60 million fee. Medical tests in 24 or 48 hours. The deal is done and dusted. Liverpool have gone ahead to get themselves a very, very, very good player, and that is Mac Allister. Now, what has gone ahead to catch my eye is this. The release clause for Alexis Mac Allister is lower than reported, 45 to 50 million pounds. This is why Liverpool feel this could be a bargain, as they want to get documents signed this week after booking medical tests to be completed in 24 to 48 hours. Guys, this is a bargain. Getting Alexis Mac Allister for just 45 to 50 million pounds. It's really a bargain. If at all you've been following this channel, we've come out here on several occasions and told you how much they see in Moise Caicedo. That's it. Moise Caicedo, Brighton want close to 100 million pounds. That's it. But for Alexis Mac Allister, I think what gave them a chance to put out a buyout clause, a release clause in his contract of not less than 50 million pounds was, before the World Cup, not very many people are really keeping a tight eye on Mac Allister. And Mac Allister got to surprise us in the World Cup. And after the World Cup, we've been paying a lot of attention to detail on every nitty-gritty he has been doing on the field of play. And he has gone ahead to really have a very fantastic season at Brighton. When you look at his stats this season, he has gone ahead to play 35 games for Brighton in the Premier League. He has gone ahead to score 10 goals, right? And then 2 assists, 12 goal involvements. Getting him in a team like Liverpool with that performance, I think it will be something great for the player that is Alexis Mac Allister. He's not an injury-prone player. He gets you a lot, especially in that midfield. He can play as a box-to-box midfielder. He can play as a central attacking midfielder. He can also try to play as a CDM for you. And I think Liverpool have gotten him at a very right moment to come in through and obviously cover up for the 2 players they have gone ahead to lose on a free. That is James Milner, a player who Klopp, the manager of Liverpool, wanted a 1 more year added on his contract to stay at Liverpool for like 1 more year, and the board said no. And the other one who Liverpool offered a new contract and he really said no, I'm not going to be at Liverpool. That is Naby Keita, a player who went ahead to fall apart with the manager of Liverpool. So Mac Allister is one in. Does he solve the problems of Liverpool? I think it's a big no. To me, I think the problem with Liverpool is a central defensive midfield. That is Fabinho. Fabinho has been off. Unless otherwise, Liverpool have an assurance that Fabinho is going to switch on next season, then that's why they shouldn't go in for central defensive midfielder. I understand Mac Allister has been there and they've gotten him on a cheap, very good business done, but the problem has not been solved. That midfield of Liverpool this season has been porous. That's why you've seen that they're going to have to concede very many goals this season, and Virgil van Dijk has been exposed beyond reasonable doubt. Konate was the live wire in that defense, but the rest were really bad. That's why you see either going in for Pavard, looking in for Julian Timber to come in, and obviously the need for in that midfield. So I think that's not the solution, and obviously the manager of Liverpool also knows it, because Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead and told us that this is not the end for Liverpool in solving the midfield situation at the club. Looks like they are not yet done, and they're having lots of players to go on and sign. Fabrizio has told us that after Alexis Mac Allister with medical booked this week, Liverpool will focus on more targets to rebuild the midfield. Conversations took place with agents of Rokani and Kefran Turam. Gabri Veiga appreciated but no bid, all talks advancing yet, step by step. So Liverpool are looking to land in more midfielders. But Gabri Veiga, very good midfielder. I really appreciate him. I even did a story about him on this channel. He went ahead to destroy Barcelona yesterday by scoring a brace, but that doesn't solve the midfield situation of Liverpool. I think Manu Kone is one of those that Liverpool should focus onto a lot, because his intensity is really great, and when you look at him, he's a player who plays as a midfielder, and obviously he can give you the best that you deserve through that central defensive midfield. Because Bajcetic is a very good player, because one will tell me that we have Bajcetic, yeah, very good player, but he's young. That's why when he was played very many games, he found himself injured. So you need this Ivorian who is 22 years of age. He can play as a central defensive midfielder, a central attacking midfielder, and obviously a box-to-box midfielder. That is Manu Kone. Kefram Turam, another one, but I think Manu Kone is one of those that they should really put a lot of emphasis on, to see to it that everything really goes back to normal at Liverpool. But good news is that it's a here we go. Medical is happening in 24 to 48 hours. As confirmed us by Fabrizio Romano. That's it coming in from Liverpool. And Liverpool, congratulations for really making your signings early enough. And it goes back to what the manager really told us after the final game they lost to Southampton, that he's not going to go on holiday. A lot needs to be fixed at the club of Liverpool. And Jurgen Klopp is sold on an idea of sitting down and really getting in players ASAP. And Liverpool is good at that. And you've seen they've gone ahead to negotiate a deal that we thought could go for £60 million, all 70. And they've gotten the player at only £45 to £50 million, meaning that £45 million up front, £5 million of add-ons. Let's go to another Argentine player known as Lionel Messi, the GOAT who lifted the World Cup with Mac Allister in Qatar. And this is what the goal has gone ahead to report about his current situation. Remember, he's a free agent, and we've been told by Goal that Lionel Messi's entry, we are finalizing the agreement with Al Hilal, and a key meeting was scheduled today, but Messi asked everything to be put on hold. The Saudis were surprised. Obviously, why does he want to put everything on hold? He has gone ahead to put everything on hold because he wants to give Barcelona a second chance. When he left, he never wanted to leave, and he said, I would have played for free for this club of Barcelona, but the rules of La Liga don't allow him to do that. Now, a source coming in from Egypt has told us that Messi, he's known as Gigantes. Messi personally met the Saudi delegation in Paris, but he apologized to them. Al Hilal improved their offer of 400 million euros, and Messi thanked them, but said he wanted to play at least one more year for Barcelona. So Messi wants to defend Barcelona. And to me, my mind drives me to this point. Messi knows, however much he adds a lot of footballing value to Barcelona, but he might be the only person that can bail Barcelona out of these financial constrictions they are into. Barcelona are really in a total mess. That's why you've seen players like Gerard Piqué retire and leaving, Jordi Alba, Busquets, in the name of really reducing the wage bill of Barcelona, relaxing it, because it was fluxing. It had fluxed out of order. That's why Tabias, the president of the La Liga, came out and told Barcelona that if you are to really sign in any player, you should first get in 210 million euros of sales. So how does Messi solve the financial problems at Barcelona? It's rumored that the financial department of Barcelona sat down and obviously saw how much they can get in when they're having Lionel Messi through ambassador deals, shirt sales, and so on and so forth, and broadcasting rights. It amounted to 250 million euros. That's it. Meaning that if Messi can be at Barcelona for 2 seasons, he can generate them close to €500 million. That is a very huge amount of money that can bail Barcelona out of the problems they are into. And Barcelona, having been there for Messi when he was still young, suffering from stunted growth, they treated him and they obviously made him the prince and king of the Catalonia-based team and stadium. They want to find themselves in a position. He wants also to pay them back. And I think that's the best way Messi can pay Barcelona back. That's it. That's the best way Messi can pay Barcelona back, because they were in for him and he has to stand in for them when they are into these problems that they're going to hate to surface as a team. So let's wait and see how that is going to pan out. But again, we had a story from Fabrizio Romano confirming to us that the first set of talks today in Barcelona between Messi, his father, who doubles as his agent, known as George Messi, never had productivity. And Fabrizio had the following to say about that meeting that was held down in Barcelona. Barcelona were not able to present official bid to Lionel Messi yet during the meeting. Both sides feel time is running out, but Laporte and George Messi have decided to take some hours to see if there is a creative solution. Meanwhile, Lionel Messi's decision progress is already advanced. That is it. So it looks like Messi wants to do everything to see to it that he stays at Barcelona. And as I told you, Messi had given Barcelona 10 days to sort themselves out as the other Saudi Arabian side, Al Hilal. Messi had given them 15 days, meaning that Messi is having lots of options and it's the hot cake. That's it. So let's wait and see how that happens. Now let's go to the North London team known as Tottenham Hotspur, one of the teams that I've seen really make lots of blunders and holes because of its owner known as Daniel Levy. Now, after very many snubs from managers like Nagelsmann, who else? Very many managers, by the way. Thomas Tuchel, lots of managers have gone ahead to snub Spurs. And this time round, they found themselves in a situation of finally getting a manager who was coaching Scotland, and he went ahead to win a double down in Scotland. His name is Postecoglou. Ange Postecoglou, and Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to say he will become the new Tottenham Hotspur head coach. Here we go. The agreement on 2-year deal plus an option of a further season has been reached as revealed in the morning. Green light on final clauses, time to seal compensations, documents with Celtic, then official. That is it. So Postecoglou is going to turn new manager of Tottenham Hotspur, but there is a very huge decision ahead of him. He has to convince Harry Kane to extend his contract at Spurs, something that I believe is not going to be something easy. I don't rule it out 100%, but it's not going to be easy to convince Harry Kane to stay at this club. Remember, in the summer of 2021, after the Euros, he was pushing to leave Spurs, as he told the board that he wanted to go to Man City. Man City made a proposal and they turned it down. They wanted £200 million by then, and it was really considerate and understood because he had 3 years left on his contract. Now, he's left with 3 years on his contract. This is the only way he will find himself leaving this club, and the only way he can scare them is telling them, I'm not renewing this contract, and if you don't sell me, I'm going all out to go on a free next summer. United is into the mix. Ten Hag is sold on an idea of really signing him as his ideal number 9. Real Madrid have also come into the mix. A bidding war has really commenced, and after it commencing, Spurs are really in a strong position to milk out every little penny they want from this player. So will Postecoglou convince him to stay? That is the big question mark. But the most important bit of it all is that Spurs have gone ahead to get their manager. They can now sell. He has to offload and get in more players at the club of Tottenham Hotspur. If at all I'm Postecoglou, I let Hurricane go, get £100 million in, and then I use that money to spend and really get in other players that I can build on to make Spurs a better team. So guys, your thoughts on Mac Allister medical happening in hours? That's it. What do you make about Messi putting the pause of Al Hilal, putting Al Hilal deal on pause to see to it that he creates space for Barcelona to negotiate? And lastly, what do you make about the new manager of Spurs, Postecoglou? Ange, I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I'm out.